Guest follow-up around the holidays can be a challenge. So today we're going to talk about 2 things you can do to make sure you're connecting with people who have attended your Christmas services. This is Ryan from Graphics.Church, helping churches like yours with graphics and needed marketing strategy so they can better reach their community. Christmas services pose a unique challenge when it comes to follow-up. There's people in from out of town. Some are just new to the area. Others are just looking for a holiday celebration, and maybe their church doesn't provide one. At our church, we found that many people were just in a hurry on that day, especially if it was a Christmas Eve service. They were rushing to come in, find a seat. They wanted to attend the service, and then they just needed to get out the door as quickly as possible because they had something else to do, another celebration, a family event, something. And it really created challenges for us when we wanted to figure out ways we could follow up with people. The Welcome Center just wasn't being utilized the way that it would be on a typical Sunday, where we could say, come to the Welcome Center and we can give you resources or connect with you, and we could build relationships with people. That just didn't happen on Christmas Eve or even Christmas Day. So the challenge really is getting people then to fill something out so that we have information to follow up with. So if your goal is to follow up with your Christmas Eve visitors, you're going to need to create a moment in the service that is dedicated to asking them to fill out a card and gather that information. And the challenge here is that our typical communication card, collection card tends to be asking for way too much information, especially for a Christmas service. So I would encourage you to keep it simple with a 3-question follow-up card. Ask for their name, their phone, and their email. That's all you really need to create a follow-up sequence. And this is what I would encourage you to do. With this information, you're going to send text messages and really start a campaign where you begin 1 text message a week to build a relationship with them. First, you're going to just thank them for coming to your Christmas services. You're going to invite them to return for an upcoming service. You may give them some info about a story about someone in your church, or even just a link to your website. The idea is just to have a low pressure way of beginning to connect with them and give them ways that they can connect for more information. And then the other thing you want to do is really you're going to start an email sequence where you're going to send an email 1 or 2 times a week over the next month. And the idea here is really you just want to welcome them and build rapport with them. The thing you don't want to do is just drop them on your church email list and start, giving them information. They're not connected well enough yet for that to be pertinent to them. You're going to thank them for coming. You're going to answer questions that maybe you often receive at the welcome desk or in that welcome greeting area that you have, because those are questions that people new to your church are asking. So providing answers through email is a great way to do that. You want to let them know about opportunities that they could participate in. You're not asking them to serve. You're just saying, hey, here's some ways we are serving our community. Here's an opportunity, something you might be interested in if this is something in your life. Say you've got a kids event coming, you've got something for single parents, you've got small groups, something like that. Ways that they could be engaged in relationships. Let them know about those kind of things. And then always be sure to include a way for them to get more information. You want to have a link to your website or an invitation to, hit reply and send us an email back, and we'll get you some more information. So really, these 2 ways, text messaging and email, are going to be the best ways for you to create some follow-up sequences. Because once again, Christmas is not a time you're going to have a lot of people come out, if any, really, to your welcome area where you can build relationships. So you've got to intentionally create a moment where you get their email, their name, their phone number, so you can launch some relationship building. Think of this as a long-term commitment to connecting with them.